I'm Caroline Cummings, and I am the Capital Access Director, and I'm joined by an amazing cohort of entrepreneurs, as well as mentors, supporters, and funders who have joined us today. So we are going to be recording the session today. However, we will turn off the recording during the pitch session as requested by entrepreneurs who are actively raising capital. And we do post this onto our YouTube channel afterwards. So we want to make sure that you feel comfortable talking about your capital raise and what you're doing in a confidential environment. So with that, let's jump into the session. For those of you who don't know, RAIN is a nonprofit, and we get invited into communities to help them do three things, essentially: catalyze entrepreneurial ecosystems, connect entrepreneurs to resources, including overlooked entrepreneurs, and contribute to the creation of prosperous economies. So that's who we are. Our agenda for today is very exciting. We have some really awesome speakers here today for you. After we do some sponsor highlights, we have Sammie Johns, who goes as Sammie, CEO, founder of Pug AI, who is going to be your keynote speaker. So you're not going to want to miss that. I had a great chat with her a couple of weeks ago. Very, very inspiring entrepreneur. Then we will move into the cohort pitches. We have 6 of the cohort pitching today. I truly wish we could have done a full demo day where everyone could have pitched and we'd be in person and in different actual physical breakout rooms. But unfortunately, fortunately, there are so many of you. There are 76 of you who have been participating and will be part of participation or graduation today. So congratulations to you all for making it to this point. After we do the audience voting, everyone will vote. We won't show the results until the end. We will then move into the exciting cohort graduation portion, announce the winner, and then our CEO, Rachel Jagoda Burnett, will talk about what's next. So that's our agenda for today. So now I have the pleasure of handing it over to Juan Barraza, who is not only our board president and director of innovation entrepreneurship with Virtue Lab, but a friend of mine for many years. And it's been an honor to serve alongside of you, Juan. So I'll hand it over to you.
Great. Thank you, Caroline. I'm super excited to be here and welcome everybody. I know you are with friends, family, to celebrate you reaching this milestone, and more importantly is spread across student entrepreneurs in Oregon and Washington. And I cannot underline how important it is to have a support network when you launch your company, right? Being an entrepreneur is a very lonely journey. You have your highs, you have your lows, and oftentimes when you tell friends what you're going through, challenges or successes, they don't get all the is involved with that. Now you're walking away with graduation with a network of over 76 entrepreneurs that will be supporting you and they understand your journey, plus a good bench of mentors. They're ready to talk to you and support you on your journey as you continue reaching milestones. Super impressed. I know these sessions for the last 10 weeks have been a lot of information, a lot of hard work. And in average, about 68 of you show up consistently on each one of those sessions. That is huge. We know that life happens, and carving time to be part of this education and training is not easy. So congrats for all of you that were able to commit to 10 weeks of allowing yourself to understand better how you can make your business successful, right? Understanding who's your customer and how you can make a profit out of the ventures you're starting. It's exciting to celebrate you today and recognize each one of you. You are the front lines of creating jobs for our country, right? You're creating economic development in your regions, in Oregon and Washington, and the communities you live. We know that we endure a lot of economic crisis, health crisis, and at the end of the day, when things were ready to go back online, that was you. That small business owners that started with a small idea. And remember that just because you started small today doesn't mean that your company will always be there. Some of you grow to a company to be hiring hundreds of people. And just a reminder that Nike started with young entrepreneurs selling shoes made with a waffle iron on the back of the trunk of their car. So that might be you. If that's you, just remember where you started and look back where you got your start and support. Carolyn always says that it takes community to raise an entrepreneur. It takes a village, right? And all the community members that have show up for the accelerator is they've shown that they're willing to support you and demonstrate that with day-to-day interactions as the cohort was taking place. And I would like to recognize some of the folks that have provided support. Lindy Lawrence is the managing partner for the Rational Unicorn and also a sponsor. Lisa Smith, executive director of the Washington State Market Enterprise Association, providing support, and Angela Jackson, Steve Eichenlaw, Sashi Yang from the Portland Seed Fund. We just happens to be not just a supporter, but also our venture partner during our 3-year capital access program that we have been awarded from the Economic Development Agency. And in addition to that, that is sponsors of the Accelerator program. The 18 rural cities and 5 counties, 3 economic development organizations from across Oregon and Washington, and 1 family foundation that's providing the necessary support and match for the program. This would underscoring the broad base of community support that supporting underrepresented tech founders in the Pacific Northwest. We have several accelerator partners that have helped us promote the accelerator and help us co-host events. And you'll see the logos on the screen. We have a diverse group of 16 amazing experts and entrepreneurs, over 70% women, 30% Black, Indigenous people of color. And I want to just stop there to underline every time somebody asks me, where are the diverse entrepreneurs, where are the Black, Latino entrepreneurs, where are the women? I always smile and tell them, yeah, you are not looking in the right places, right? And it requires a lot of intentionality to make this happen. So kudos to the RAIN team for being intentional and making sure that the communities that we serve are represented, not just on the staff, but also with our mentors and partners. Each one of these facilitators and mentors has shown up for the last 10 weeks to provide support. And before I introduce our primary funder from the U.S. Department of Economic Development Agency, I would like to recognize and highlight some of the economic development organizations from both Oregon and Washington that have supported. Brian Plinsky from Business Oregon, Julie Monahan from the Washington Department of Commerce. Thank you for joining us today. And now I would like to have the pleasure to introduce our U.S. Economic Development Administration representative that has provided support for the Tech Accelerator with a 3-year capital access led by RAIN. And thanks to their support, we are able to support not only 1, but 2 organizations in the West Coast to highlight the benefits of the Build to Scale program. With that, I'm pleased to introduce Amanda Costi. She's the program lead for the Build to Scale program and also the management and program analyst for the EDA Tech Hubs program. So Amanda, welcome. And hopefully this is an excuse for you to come over to the Pacific Northwest with a fair warning. Once you come over and see our communities, you might not want to leave.
Thanks, Juan. I'm actually originally from the West Coast, so don't tempt me too much. But good morning, everyone. As Juan said, my name is Amanda, and I just want to double down on everything he said. I'm excited to be here today on behalf of the U.S. Economic Development Administration, also known as EDA. At EDA, our goal is to help build ecosystems. And for the last 10 years, we've invested in regions working hard to build these tech ecosystems that support startup communities through the Build to Scale program. We've been a proud sponsor of hundreds of programs over the years, and RAIN Catalyst has been an exemplary program. And we are happy to see that the impact they've had in the region. Through their ability to bring together entrepreneurs, regional partners, and really leverage the great ecosystem resources, the region's assets, to address the needs of your tech ecosystem. And as Juan said earlier, our ultimate goal here in making these investments is to build companies that are going to create jobs in the future. So I'm excited to be here and hear more about your companies, what you guys have accomplished thus far. At EDA, our #1 investment priority is equity, and I'm really proud to see that Rain Catalyst, with the support of all their partners, has really taken that mission to heart by working to build a cohort that not only acknowledges, but supports and embraces diversity and inclusion. This program is a great example of exactly what we're trying to promote. So I'm excited to be here today to help celebrate the great accomplishments of Rain Catalyst. But most importantly, I want to congratulate the entrepreneurs and all the program participants and your families and support networks. I'm excited to see your hard work pay off and see what happens next. So thank you for having me, and congratulations again. I'll turn it back over to Caroline.
Thank you, Amanda, and thank you to the EDA, who's been a longtime partner to Rain Catalysts over the 10 years that we've been in existence. So thank you so much. And Amanda is not only the roles that you see on the screen here, but she has been very close to our program. Jennifer and I have had many conversations with her over the years, so she's pretty intimate with the metrics and what we track. So thank you again for joining us today. Okay, so next part of the program, just wanted to remind everyone and share with friends and families what the 10 weeks look like. We clearly started off with wellness. That was so important. We wanted to make sure that what we're doing, we all know is not easy, right? If it was, everybody would do it. And so having Sierra join us and talk about how important it is to really put on that wellness hat throughout the journey is key. We talked about marketing, customer discovery, forecasting, pitching, product development. Portland Seed Fund joined us, Angela, to talk about what types of deal flow they're looking for, branding, marketing using AI, legal concepts, due diligence, how to build that, real practical tips on how to get yourself ready to raise capital. And that's something that's really was baked in. We also left a cohort choice open week 9, and I'm so excited that on short notice we were able to get 4 awesome founders from the Pacific Northwest tell their stories about the good, bad, and the ugly of raising money, because it's not an easy thing. And then, of course, we're here at graduation day. I want to give a special shout out to Anjit Adnan and Corey Wright, who not only friends of mine, but are investors and entrepreneurs. Anjit had an exit. They have been working tirelessly over the last month or so, Corey through even longer, doing pitch coaching one-on-one with many of the folks in this cohort. So I want to say thank you, because I wish I would have had you guys around back in 2006 when I was doing my first tech startup. So thank you again for your support. And then, of course, all of you, the awesome cohort. Just quickly want to run through this. There are 78 entrepreneurs in total, 52% female, 42% male. Almost half of you identify as BIPOC, 14% LGBTQIA. As far as capital, 78% of you have secured capital. As you can see, it's not uncommon that almost half of that is coming from yourselves, self-funded, which is great. Investors want to see that you have that. And then 50% of you are actively raising capital. As far as geography goes, 69% are coming from Oregon, 31% from amazing Washington, 64% of you are in urban areas, and 36% in rural. That's something that Rain really prides itself on for years, that we've gotten invited into many rural communities, and also debunking when folks say, oh, there's not a lot of tech in rural. Well, we have, all of you have disproven that. As far as the stage of your business, 60% of you are pre-revenue but launched, 16% are launched with revenue, and 24% are still in idea concept mode. So we wanted to make sure we created a space that was safe and open to anyone at any stage. This is your industry representation. The larger the bubble, the more of you there are. So you can see SaaS, e-commerce, clean tech, energy, ed tech, digital marketing are the largest categories of industries, but definitely a vast array of industries. Okay, so with that, we've now met our mentors, our cohort facilitators, our partners, our funders. I now have the pleasure of turning it over to one of our major funders, the Portland Seed Fund, Angela Jackson, who's going to tell you more about the Portland Seed Fund, the role they have in this program, and then introduce our wonderful keynote speaker, Sammie Johns. So, Angela, take it away.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you to the whole Rain team. And most importantly, thank you to each and every one of you who was a quality and instrumental part of making this incredibly impressive day come to fruition. This does not happen automatically. Maybe like Amanda, I've seen a lot of events or partnered with other organizations, and I would echo that Rain Catalyst is an exemplary partner in our region. We're so proud that they selected us to be their thought partners as they decided to go after this capital access grant, and that we were ultimately awarded the really special opportunity to work alongside RAIN as their capital partner. So let me first also acknowledge our team members that are on the call today. Shashi Jan, that many of you got a chance to meet, sponsoring a cohort, wonderful mentor, and Steve Eichenlaub, who's here, helping us in the background as we're doing deals. And really just a little bit of Portland Seed Fund background for you. We are the most active investor in the Northwest. We've invested in over 200 companies by being roughly place-based, but also sector agnostic. I would say that we are specialists at the early seed stage, and we continue to do follow-on investments with those companies that continue to grow and prosper. So having done that now in this region for about 12 years, 13, I guess, almost 14. Wow. We have had some great success, not just with the things that private investors look for, which is growth, profit, exit. That's how they get their money back. If they invest, take a lot of risk in companies that are early, the intention is that the payoff at the end is bigger than just putting your money in the stock market. So we have had some great exits. Just a couple to note that are in the sectors, the various sectors that you're investing in, or that are represented in this cohort. There was a tech company, cyber, called Okta, that acquired one of our companies, Auth0, in Seattle-based company. More local, I'll point to Ali Magyar, one of our strong female CEOs, who sold her events-based software company Hub to Intrado a couple years ago. Now, keep in mind, we're not just there for the big exit. We try to get in early, help them with all the issues and challenges that they're inevitably going to face for many years before a moment like that can come. I have to tell you that in PSF's own journey, we realized both the importance of that work and also that it wasn't scalable for our small team. So for us to find a trusted partner like RAIN, who can execute at top quality on sourcing, nurturing, preparing, continuing to support, and ultimately introducing us to some of the best companies in the region is just, it's actually a dream come true. Something we had tried before with other partners, and it just, the magic wasn't there. So again, extra kudos to RAIN for being a steady and stellar partner in the region. So with that, a little bit about our guest keynote here today. Portland Seed Fund did decide to invest in Pug AI. This is the company created by our keynote, Sammie Johns. Let me tell you a little bit about Sammie, and I know she'll go more into her story. So Sammie's background is, really exceptional. She comes to us by way of LA and Maryland, but first by way of her parents and their entrepreneurial DNA, and they're striving to make a better life for their family. Refugees from war-torn Liberia, they had the infectious, impact on Sammie of pursuing some form of entrepreneurialism, which she clearly picked up. She married that with her talent and her drive to study finance at University of San Francisco. She stayed in the West Coast as she worked with Google and Cisco and continued to learn, all while building her company, maybe initially as a side hustle, but now as something that has legs. She has attracted the attention, not just of Portland Seed Fund as an investor, but one of the top name venture funds in the country, Andreessen Horowitz, one of their seed stage accelerator mentor programs called, I never get this exactly right, A16TXO. That's pretty exceptional because they have access to a lot of deal selection, and they picked Pug AI. So let me just also explain a little bit about what we look for when we chose to make that investment. I know many of you have heard some of this from Shashi already, or Caroline and other mentors, but for us, it actually starts not where you might think with the business plan and all of that. It actually starts with finding an exceptional human. That can be defined in a lot of different ways. So for us, what stood out about Sammie Her incredible journey, her diligence, her focus and drive to see something, a future that was better or brighter, to back that up with the work ethic, the resilience, and the diligence to pursue that. So that's number one. Someone has done something exceptional, doesn't have to be in their area. Sorry, just turn that off. There you go. Sorry about that. Okay. The second thing we would look for, clear, authentic motivation to pursue the company that they are. It was so clear to us that Sammie had a passion and a focus around making others like her have career opportunities, upskilling and access through her company. That was a very clear mission. She's clearly the brand ambassador of that. You know, if someone else had come to us with that idea and it didn't feel authentic, we would be less interested in that company. On top of that, we know that she has the resilience to go through the inevitable disappointments, sidetracks, delays that will come with bringing that company to scale. Finally, we look for some form of what I'll call a Pied Piper effect. By that, I mean, it takes more than an individual. It's going to take a team. It's going to take a family of investors and a capital stack. It's going to take a bunch of customers. So can this person effectively influence and pull key people in to buy the product, to want to work for the team, to fund the company as it grows? And Sammie checked that box as well. The final thing I kind of want to say is now we're watching for the ability to build and scale the team. We are watching those really talented early founders for, can they evolve? The rate of change is so fast right now with technology and all things in the world, some of which they can control through working hard and being smart, and some which they cannot. We look for their ability to navigate that environment where luck may actually be more of a factor than hard work and diligence. How do they manage all those variables? And when I say ability to evolve in their thinking as they grow, I want to point that out because that is a founder-led discovery process to choose to evolve, as opposed to something you probably hear from a lot of mentors, which is, are they coachable? Coachable starts with the mentor thinking that person can change according to what is said to them. I like to think of it as a founder-led curiosity journey discovery to evolve and see and embrace the next future, or decide not to. So now it's about doing and causing to be done what needs to happen next. We have full faith and confidence in this extremely talented leader. With no further ado, Sammie, we would love to hear more from you about your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela, for those incredible words. It means a ton coming from you. Thank you, Shashi, Steve, and Angela, just for supporting Pug AI. But yeah, to the audience, congratulations on successfully completing the accelerator. I'm super proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself. This is a huge milestone that you have accomplished within your entrepreneurship journey. All your dedication, your hard work, the drive, everything that you put into your company, it's on display today, and we're seeing all the hard work that you've done. So congratulations. I really hope you guys take this in and take it as far as you can because there's so much in store. This is just the beginning. All right, to introduce myself a little bit more, I'm Sammie, also known as Sammie. I'm founder of Pug AI. Pug AI is a career management software with AI tools and digital human coaches to help individuals upskill, land career opportunities, and foster connections for networking. I just wrapped up demo day in New York City for New York Tech Week a few days ago. So I'm a bit excited from that. And we hosted it with A16Z. And it's been such an incredible journey within my entrepreneurship career. That's why I'm super excited to just share that with you. I actually had a similar path as you guys coming into entrepreneurship. So I relate to you guys a lot when it comes to joining programs and then taking your company to the next level and having mentors and speakers and people just supporting you throughout this journey. It's just a life-changing resource to have. So use it as much as possible. The people you surround yourself with are super important. A little bit about me. I grew up in Prince George's County, Maryland, on the border of Washington, D.C., with a refugee West African immigrant family. Everyone is from, PG County in the message. Everyone is from Liberia, and my family decided to come to the States. They were fleeing war. They came to the States and they had me. So I was the first one in my family to be born in the States. So there's a lot of pressure to do well when you grow up in those circumstances. And I watched my family become entrepreneurs, both my parents become entrepreneurs to survive in a new country. So I saw the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. And I'm very shocked I decided to take that path as well. And eventually just seeing my family just work so hard and create so much impact from their entrepreneurship journey really inspired me. And at a young age, right after high school, I took a huge leap of faith and I moved across country from Maryland to Silicon Valley with no money and a dream. I've never even been on an airplane at this moment. And I enrolled myself into university, and I went to what I call one of my favorite universities in the whole entire world, the University of San Francisco. And I studied finance there. And while studying finance in Silicon Valley, I learned everything about technology. That's how I got my foot wet in the tech industry. And coming from an immigrant family and being the first in my family to go to college, it was hard to afford traditional education. So I had to work 3 to 4 jobs to just afford my tuition. And I was just met with so much challenges, and I kept experiencing so much burnout. And I just felt like there has to be a faster way, a faster approach. So I also tried a new approach. I started training myself with like online tools and trying to upskill myself to land like my dream job. And surprisingly, I was able to upskill myself using online tools, and I landed a job at a Fortune tech company before I even graduated. I was still a junior in college, and they took a chance on me and they hired me at a Fortune tech company in San Francisco. So this was really my first step into the technology industry. And once I got in, I was blown away. In my mind, technology is like the closest thing we have to magic. AI is like, it's like a sprinkle of magic. There's so much that you can do. So I saw a lot at a young age, and I saw what was possible, and it inspired me to just keep going. And I started working, and eventually I graduated, of course. I needed to make my immigrant family proud, and they came to visit me in San Francisco. And it was amazing. It was an amazing achievement to have, to show my younger siblings that it is possible for us to go to college and achieve that. And I followed the path. I worked at Google, I worked at Cisco, I worked at Accenture, I worked at a few startups, and it was all in strategy and operations and cloud security. And I thought that was it. I thought this was gonna be my end goal. I was like, I don't need to go anywhere. But then I realized that there's a huge opportunity that I landed on. You can upskill yourself and have a faster approach to your career growth by using online tools, technology, and a whole bunch of resources. So then even throughout my 9-to-5 journey, I've always had a small business. I remember when I was 12, I used to go door to door in my neighborhood with a lawnmower, asking people, hey, can I cut your grass for $5? So I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit in me. And I've had so many like small businesses while I'm working in corporate America, Fortune tech companies. And then at one point in the height of my career, I realized I want to take a really huge leap of faith and go full-time into entrepreneurship. So that's when I started Pug AI. And Pug AI was supposed to be a small project. It was really supposed to be a small project. And then it just grew fast. It grew fast, and it was such an incredible and wild adventure in the very beginning. Man, in my head, my plan was to self-fund my startup and just ride the waves. And I saw some of my counterparts who have like, a really great background. They don't have a similar story as me, being a person of color. They were raising millions and millions of dollars right next to me. We're both working, right, on our startup. My startup self-funded. We're doing well, I'm like, yeah, everything's going good. And then my counterpart next to me, he doesn't have a product. He doesn't have much. He doesn't have much for his business, but he raised $8 million. So I was like, whoa, how'd you do that? So he has a strong community of people that he was able to tap into and raise that money. He had a biotech startup. So I guess you just need research for something like that. So eventually he inspired me to raise funding for my startup. So I thought it was going to be as easy as my counterpart, but it wasn't. Having a different background, being a person of color, having an immigrant family, it was completely hard for me to raise. I was just hit with so many no's, and I was shocked because my startup was doing so well and it was self-funded. So then I said, let me take a step back. Let me join a program. So that's when I started joining Black Girl Ventures program. I joined NASDAQ program, and those two programs propelled me so much. And it's very similar to RAIN. That's why I say I can relate to you guys a lot. And from joining those programs, I met incredible people that really guided me and paved the way and mentored me and showed me the steps. And NASDAQ played a huge role in my entrepreneurship journey. And from there, I ended up getting backed by a top VC accelerator, A16Z TXO. And from there, it just took off, speed. Everything just took off. And it happened so fast. So that's what I'm saying. The program, you're in this program now, you're graduating, but everything can change in a few weeks from now. Your whole career, your whole business, it can propel in as fast as possible, because our business just took off like that once we joined A16Z TXO. And I remember I told one of my advisors, his name's Ikram, he's the founder of Venmo. I said, I feel like I got a ticket to heaven. He was like, calm down, you haven't died yet. I was like, the resources, the connections, the partnerships, everything that they gave us was so tremendous. And they also invested. So that was really cool as well. To have a VC firm invest and then provide resources was tremendous for us. And then, it looks like someone's sharing their screen. And from there, we were just connected from, yes, leap of faith, investing in yourself from Shashi, yeah. From there, they connected us to everyone. I feel like they're connected to everyone you could possibly think of. And after that, I was able to then speak with Steve. We had a really good relationship. Steve is from Portland Seed Fund, and he believed in Pug AI. And I told him about my experience with A16Z, and they were able to invest in Pug AI. And it's been such an incredible journey, just working alongside all three of them. And Shashi, it has so much like deep knowledge in the AI world. So we've been working a lot throughout this A16Z journey as well. And then I had demo day. I had demo day just a few days ago in New York City, and we killed it. And it was such a huge success. And so to just think that we started from NASDAQ and Black Girl Ventures just a few months ago. And now I just completed my demo day with A16Z. It was such an incredible and successful experience. So now we're meeting with a ton of investors, we're having dinners, we're having conversations, and we're just making those connections. Last night I had dinner with a ton of the investors that we're talking to, and it was amazing. I'm based in Los Angeles, and yeah, it's been such an amazing experience. So I'm excited to, follow all of your journey, after this, and I'm excited for what's to come for you. Every step that you take is like a step in the right direction for your startup. Now, maybe I gave you the easy way, but it was tough. So running a startup is tough, and you have to have a level of bravery, boldness to go out there and create something that a lot of people haven't seen or experienced yet. And it's going to be the most incredible journey, the most incredible experience. The impact that you create in the world, that you see that your product creates, is going to feel so rewarding, that all the hard work, all the missed birthdays, all the missed vacations and just celebrations was all worth it. And you're just going to pat yourself on the back. And it's going to feel like an amazing, amazing, amazing experience and feeling. So keep going throughout this journey. This is just the beginning, and life can change in an instant. So be ready for anything that comes in this startup journey, and leverage the mentorship that's around you. And it's amazing how you can have an idea and then it comes to life and then you see it grow. So keep going in this journey. I'm super proud of you guys. You should be proud of yourself. And the key is to never give up. That's the key to entrepreneurship. Never give up. Always ask questions. Always surround yourself with the best and brightest. Always learn like what's the best tool, the best process, the best system. Just always be on it, and you got this. And I'm happy to connect with anyone on LinkedIn and just follow your journey. Yeah, thank you. I think my tweets are up.
Well done, Sammie. And feel free unmute and clap, and because I think it's important to hear that. And then remember to put mute back on. But great job. Woo-hoo. I'm seeing lots of like best speaker ever, super inspiring. I was inspired when we spoke, and I was so glad that Portland Seed Fund suggested that we have you be our keynote, because you did exactly what we wanted. Share your story, inspire, and also remind everybody like our network is important, like, and to do the work, to show up. 90% of life is showing up, and you are truly inspiring, Sammie. Thank you so much. We have time for like 1 or 2 questions if anybody is interested. I'm trying to see if maybe there were some most in the chat. I'm hearing, oh my God, you're amazing, great speaker, super inspiring, never give up. But does anybody have a question for Sammie? Please use the raise hand feature. If you do, we'll give it a second. I know there's some questions out there about her fundraising, about, the low code, no code. I know that came up a lot in the accelerator where some folks are non-technical founders. Can you tell us a little bit about the low code, no code approach to your platform?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say in the early days, you need to figure out what works. You need to figure out product market fit and if users are actually happy with your product. So the best way to start out, in my opinion, is to leverage all the AI tools and developer tools that you have access to. You live right now in an age where you don't need to be a highly technical coder to build your software product. You can leverage a lot of tools out there that's low code, no code, developer tools, and you can figure out what works. Create your vision with those type of developer tools, figure out if you can get traction, and then once you do, build it to be an incredible software that is like 10 times better than the original MVP. So it's very affordable nowadays to create a startup. You can create a startup in minutes and you can have an incredible product by using low code, no code developer tools. And when you find that stickiness and have that traction, that's when you can either bring on developers and designers that specialize. Make sure to have specialists. They specialize in a specific software system or process, and it'll be incredibly transformative for your product.
Great
It's
advice.
also helpful to be a generalist and then bring on the specialists as you grow in your entrepreneurship journey.
Great advice, Sammie. Thank you. We have a question from Luciano who's asking about, I love this question because you can tell this is a true entrepreneur question. What has it been like? Have you had any notable lows and how did you navigate through them?
Man, I had to breathe for that one. Like,
Yes, take a deep, everybody collectively, let's take a deep breath together.
there has been so many lows in my journey that I look back and I just want to hug myself, like, and say, great job on pulling through. Great job on never giving up. Great job on never quitting. I remember I reached such a low point that I woke up every day, opened my laptop, and I was just like, crushing it. Like I kind of isolated myself a bit, and it was just me and my laptop. And I refused to give up. And I was just going at it. I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. Any problem that's there, you will always figure it out. Now, sometimes it requires isolation because you need to think, you need to really figure out how to overcome this problem. So just always have hope that you will figure it out because everything is figure outable. Just always remember that everything is figure outable in life. And what helps me is when I isolate myself and it's me, my laptop, and we go hard with solving every problem that we are faced with. And you can just trust yourself to make it work and make it work. Yeah, you're gonna receive so many no's. Oh my gosh, you're gonna receive so many no's, but don't take it personal. That's one thing I want you to really take with you. You're going to be rejected left and right, rejected by investors, rejected by customers, rejected by partners, rejected by people, rejected by loved ones. You're gonna receive so many no's, it's gonna hurt like, oh, ah. Do not take it personal. Just keep going, and anyone can change their mind overnight. So remember that. You say no yesterday, but today you can say yes.
Great advice, Sammie. And I think if we looked up tenacity in the dictionary, your picture would be there because you embody that. Great job, Sammie. Thank you again for joining us. Really appreciate it. Hope you hang out with us for the rest of the program, but it's an honor to have you here. Congratulations on your raise so far, your raises, your demo day. And I know that we're going to be seeing you on the cover of Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Fast Company in the very near future. So great job. Thank you.
Guys.
All right. So the next part of our program, you guys, is the demo day portion where we're having 6 of your fellow cohorts who you're seeing on the screen here. Jarek from Annam, Olivia with Buzzcut, Lauren with FanWagon, Ryan with Platformer, Kathy with Skewfinity, and Craig with Simplexity, who are each we're going to move through some speed pitches here. They each have 3 minutes. They're going to go in alphabetical order of company name, and they're all excited. They've been pitch coached. They've been working hard. And I know I've been on this side as well, having had my own 2 tech startups. And so I know what it's like to feel the pressure of performing in front of an audience of over 100 people. But you are in excellent company. You are in the right place at the right time. And we're really excited to hear from all of you. After, we are actually going to pause the recording. So Jennifer, if you could. Excellent. Okay, so this is what the graduation criteria was, to remind everybody: attending 7 of the 10 sessions, attend at least half of the open mentor hours. We had 9 of them, and submit at least half of the homework assignments. And then as we've been working behind the scenes, those who are fund ready are getting referred to or will be referred to Portland Seed Fund in the coming weeks and months. So that's what the criteria was. Each cohort facilitator is going to quickly read through their cohort who qualified as a graduate or a participant. If you didn't qualify with those that were listed on the slide previously, you will be mentioned as a participant, and your name, company name, and city and state will be read. And we will start off with the amazing Shashi Jain, venture partner with Portland Seed Fund. Shashi.
Thank you so much. I'm going to start off by saying that Cohort 1 has mostly deep tech startups in it. I want to thank every one of them for their participation. For our graduates, we're going to lead off with Nate Conroy of STEM Hero from Albany, Oregon. Ushal Berkman from Digifab AI in Beaverton, Oregon. Laura Illig from Sidekick Enterprises in Eugene. Craig Stolarchek from Simplexity, who we just heard from Eugene. Leila Kaneda from Equus Animus in Hood River. Andrea Flanagan from Caradwin in North Plains. Nolan Singroy from Pine Home in Seattle, Washington. Kim Martini from Teeny Scientific in Seattle, Washington. And rounding out our graduates, Ian Hamilton from Transparent AI in Vancouver, Washington. Moving over to our participants, we have Anya Korsunska from Zemlia, based right out of here in Portland, Oregon. Congratulations all. I'm so proud of you.
Great. Thank you, Shashi, and congratulations to cohort number 1. Okay, cohort facilitator mentor with cohort number 2, Heather Hartize, Director of Operational Magic, love that title, with Rational Unicorn, also one of our sponsors. Heather.
Hello, I'd like to congratulate our graduates of cohort 2. They are Jarek Marie of Annam in Medford, Oregon, Gio Hernandez of Split Stay in Portland, Oregon, Benjamin Fisher of Foodie Menus in Portland, Oregon, Sunita Shastri, ePurpose in Issaquah, Washington, Jason Booker, Ed Zeno in Seattle, Washington, Kevin Diamunutu, I screwed that up. I'm going to do that one over. Kevin Diakimuntu, Real Sana, Seattle, Washington. Jake Estes, Artifact in Beaverton, Oregon. And Mujita Saka of XB in Portland, Oregon. Our participants were Louis Newkirk of Journey Nexus in Edmonds, Washington, and Sakong Seng Retentive in Beaverton, Oregon.
Great. Thank you, Heather, and congratulations, cohort number 2. Cohort number 3, cohort facilitator mentor, Paula Hayes, CEO, founder of Hue Noir.
Thanks, Caroline. Cohort number 3, you all are incredibly brilliant entrepreneurs and just great human beings. It's been a pleasure working with you all. Our graduates were Lauren Teague, Fanwagon, Canby, Oregon, who we had a chance to just recently hear from. James Orr, My Goals from Portland, Oregon. Christopher Lawrence, Rose City Motion from Portland, Oregon. Kathy Rasmussen from Skewfinity, Springfield, Oregon, who we also had a chance to hear from. Cohort 3 representing Strong. Our participants were Araba Taylor with My Fit Check from Portland, Oregon. Sunchia Fowl, Yay Novelty from Cedro Woolley, Washington. And Shalmal Punaker, Wham Glams, Portland, Oregon. Thank you all again. You're amazing.
Great. Thank you, Paula. Congratulations, cohort number 3. Okay, cohort number 4, cohort facilitator mentor, Lizzie Fitzgerald, business coach and owner of Growth for Good.
I had such a pleasure being a facilitator with cohort number 4 and see so much promise in each of you and your ideas, and I'm going to be cheering you on from afar. So Dallas Rourke with Destination UX from Forest Grove is a graduate, along with his co-founder Brooks Tate with Destination UX in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Tammy Okubo with Binster in Lake Oswego, Oregon. And she was with her co-founder Meredith Chi, also with Binster, and she's in Hawaii. Tracy Chow with Adamus Salons in Portland, Oregon. Brian Robinson with 4Par in Portland, Oregon, along with his co-founder Brennan Labuda at 4Par, who's hailing from Eugene, Oregon. Will Darmaray with Forge in Portland, Oregon. Kiona Moy with Victory from Seattle, Washington, Lindsay Richmond with Stride from Portland, Oregon, and Arsh Hack from Henna Inc. in Portland, Oregon. Thanks again.
Awesome. Thank you, Lizzie, and congratulations to cohort number 4. Moving on to cohort number 5, facilitator mentor Lindy Lawrence, owner managing partner of Rational Unicorn and also sponsor. Lindy.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, cohort 5. We are so proud of you. We have 6 graduates in our cohort, starting with Olivia Sears with BuzzCut from Portland, Oregon, Nick Nelson with Troy Technology from Portland, Oregon, Alex Wick with Cascadia Carbon, also from Portland, Oregon, Tennyson George with Tenny Techie Solutions from Portland, Oregon, Mitch Roberts with Fusery in Ridgefield, Washington, and David Shannon, Music Scene International from Seattle, Washington. Congratulations, cohort 5. We know there are good things ahead of all of you.
Great. Thank you, Lindy, and congratulations, cohort 5. On to cohort 6. Our cohort facilitator mentor is Genevieve Brazelton, co-founder of The Bitter Housewife. Genevieve.
Hello, all. And for cohort 6, we had a really awesomely diverse group, and it was a pleasure to meet them all and hear what they were working on. So my graduates are Brian Brown from Roost Web Strategies in Cottage Grove, Oregon, Stephanie Joyce with Pulse DNA in Seattle, Washington, Kim Curry with The Project in Hillsboro, Oregon, and Aaron Morton and his lovely co-founder, Brittany Morton, with Spotfinder Inc. in Tigard, Oregon. And then my participants were Ben Holm with Northwest Brewer Supply in Burlington, Washington, and Ellen Mole with Ellen Amalia Designs in Creswell, Oregon. Thank you.
Thank you, Genevieve, and congratulations to cohort number 6. Cohort number 7, our cohort facilitator mentor is Sierra Jones, CEO, founder of A Space Inside, and also one of our speakers. Sierra.
Hello, hello. It was such a fun experience to be a part of this and to be with cohort 7. So for my list, we have graduating Michelle Lester with Primarily Nourished with Mount Vernon, or from Mount Vernon, Washington. And then we have Lisa Honnold for Center for Online Safety in Langley, Washington, and Andre Stone with Panion in Seattle, Washington, and Ana Lucia Fonsea Tapia with Belonging At in Corvallis, Oregon, and Sanal Matal, his company is Memories in Vancouver, Washington. And then as a participant, we have Sheila Jordan with Workability from Bend, Oregon. And thank you all so much in cohort 7. It was such an honor to learn from you all and support you all. And I'm so excited to see where you all go.
Thank you, Sierra, and congratulations, cohort 7. Cohort 8, facilitator mentors, Melissa Prestonario, CEO, founder of Seat Slicker. Melissa.
Hi, everyone. Cohort 8, congratulations. As I keep saying, 8 is great. And I'm really honored by seeing your commitment and your creativity and your dedication to this process. So I'd like to announce first, Susan Lau, Leaders Like Us from Portland, Oregon. Amelia Lucas, Aligned Artistry from Portland, Oregon. Chris Darman, Matchbox PKG from Portland, Oregon. James Gebhardt, My Art Kit Inc. from Long Branch, Washington. Terry Gifford from Willowbrook Manor in Cedro Woolley, Washington. And then our participant, Rose Kaz, LBI Digital from Portland, Oregon. Thank you all for being a part of my cohort.
Thank you, Melissa, and congratulations, cohort 8. Okay, cohort 9, Mark Kotzer, CEO, founder, growth advisor of Kotzer Consulting, LLC, was the cohort facilitator mentor. Mark.
Yes, so I am thrilled to recognize the individuals in cohort number 9, AKA the Rainmakers. First, the graduates, Ryan Cummingdeer with Platformer from Bend, Oregon. Daniel C. Miller, Tone Tip from Lebanon, Oregon. Diane Jarvis Lumsden from Oshuni, Portland, Oregon. Ranjit Ghoshal with Ethan Million Steps, Cardiff, Wales, and Susie Glenn from Peninsula Compounding, Long Beach, Washington. And for the participants, I have the following three: Matthew Sikora from Sikora Consulting, the Dells, Oregon, Argent Realm from Bobafy, Tajard, Oregon, and Lara Ritchie from Tracker Beam from Chachula, Washington. So congrats, team. Excited to hear about what you accomplished in the weeks, months, and years ahead.
Thank
Go
you,
team.
Mark. Thank you, and congratulations, cohort 9. And last but not least, we have cohort 10, led by RAIN's very own Jonathan Carpenter Eels, who was the cohort facilitator mentor. He's a venture catalyst with RAIN, and also he's an entrepreneur himself. Jonathan.
Hey, thank you, Caroline. It has been a privilege to be a part of this accelerator, and congratulations to all of the graduates and participants. In cohort 10, we have Mickey Blake with Monet Designs from Bellingham, Washington, Stefan Sewell with A Touch of Magic from Coopville, Washington, and participants in cohort 10 are Michelle Calvin with Beaver Tails Coffee from La Conner, Washington, Angel Gonzalez with Synapse Galleria from Cedar Woolley, Washington, Heather Blake with Fern Ridge Events from Veneta, Oregon, and Shanoa Ernest with Sacred Cedar Company from La Conner, Washington.
Great. Thank you, Jonathan, and congratulations, cohort 10, and congratulations to all of you. What an incredible program and a great way to culminate. So I also want to give another shout out to all of the cohort facilitators and mentors who helped make this program possible, as well as all the funders. So, okay, as we're coming towards a close, we can do a drum roll. You can do it on your own end. You can pretend to do it virtually, but Angela Jackson with the Portland Seed Fund, are you with us?
I am with you and excited.
Excited. Okay, you tell me when to push the button.
Okay, I would like to engage in a personal drum roll and hope you will join me. You know, those of you who can take off your mic, why not? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Right? This is exciting. People work hard. All right. Love it. Energy up. Love, love, love. Okay. After 6 awesome presentations and a close results pool, we're delighted to announce today that today's winner is Annam.
Whoops, where did it go? You know what happened is there we go, because it wasn't refreshed.
There it is.
Wow.
Derek Murray, congrats.
Yeah, congratulations.
Wow, thank you guys. That's incredible. I did not expect that.
Well, it was also a really close call. So you guys all did a really great job. And I just want to say congratulations again. And Jarek will be following up with you to get you your $1,500, which always sounds more than saying $1,500, right? And I also liked how Matt Baudet
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. He's like, that 1.5. I was like, no, it's not million. He's like, no, it's a lot of money when you're raising capital. So congratulations, everybody. So thrilled. And I just, again, want to say what an honor it was to participate in this program. I know we're going to stay connected. We have our Signal group that about 35 of you are in. I will follow up and send that information again, because I know not all of you were able to join the Signal group. But it's been an honor, and I look forward to following your journey. And as you all know, our mantra at RAIN is what's next. So I now have the pleasure of handing it over to our new CEO, Rachel Jagoda Burnett, who's going to talk about what's next for the program and for RAIN in general. So thank you.
Yep. Hi, everybody, and congratulations again to all of the graduates, to Jarek for the pitch competition win, and just a major thank you to everyone who worked together so hard to make this event a success. As we all have been highlighting over the course of this event, this is about the entrepreneurs. And it is largely because entrepreneurship is such an incredible driver of economic empowerment, of economic growth in our region. And so every time one of you succeeds, our whole region, our whole area succeeds. And we're creating additional opportunities for people who are just starting to dream about whether they can start a business or create a product or even just chase an idea. So thank you so much for all of the time and energy you've put into this. this event, this accelerator, is really just a first step. Business, of course, is a journey from beginning to end, and Rain Catalysts and Portland Seed Fund and others I know want to be with you on your journey throughout the entire process. And so looking ahead, we are going to continue staying with you over the course of the next several months and beyond, providing mentorship and resources. I encourage all of you who particularly live in communities where RAIN has a team member, Venture Catalyst, to reach out, because there's great resources that you haven't maybe necessarily had a chance to connect with yet. So take a look, reach out to us, let us know how we can be helpful, and stay tuned for the next phase. We are not done yet serving this cohort, serving this field of work. And so we hope to be able to see you all coming back for our next phase. So with that, I just want to once again thank everyone who put funding and support into this, particularly the U.S. Economic Development Administration, Portland Seed Funds, our state and local partners who've been such an immense source of both financial and moral support for Rain Catalysts and for this program, our board, which has been an incredible champion for the entrepreneurs in this cohort and for the RAIN team. And, just in the end, again, this was 10 weeks of your life that you could have spent doing a lot of things. And so I hope that you walk away knowing that this was a value add, and this is an enormous step towards making your businesses successful and a reality. So congratulations again, and thank you all for being here today.
Great. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, everyone. Yes, I echo what she just said. And let's unmute and let's do an applause and a shout out for each of you and for all of your support.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Way to go.
Yes.
Congrats, everyone.
I love what's
Cool.
happening at Sunita's The Watch Party there.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is.
It's a small group, but we're having fun. This is so good.
I love it.
To do this with everybody.
It was wonderful of you for doing that. Yes, if those of you who want to stay on and chat about anything, we'll keep the room open. Otherwise, I want to bid farewell to all of you. Wish you all luck. Please stay in touch. I want to follow your success and support you any way possible.
Can we please do a shout out to Caroline? Who
Great job.
Very sweet of you. Very sweet of you. It definitely takes a huge team and everybody showing up. So thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend, and we'll hang back for those who want to hang back.
Thank you, cohort 8. Bye.
Thank you, Sammie. You did a great job. I feel like my inspiration tank is full and I'm ready to rock and roll. Keep us posted on your success as well.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sammie.
Excellent, Heat.